Denzel Washington is one of Hollywood's highest-grossing actors. He's won 2 Oscars and 2 Golden Globes, and last year he received the Cecil D. DeMille Lifetime Achievement Award. Washington directed and stars in his latest film, Fences. It's expected to have a successful night at the Academy Awards. Here's a look at his incredible career so far.
Listen up, I'm Coach Boone. I'm going to tell you all about how much fun you're going to have this season.
Denzel Washington and his ability to be both versatile and familiar has made him one of Hollywood's most sought-after stars.
We are in a dive. We have lost vertical control.
For more than 3 decades, he's been bringing iconic men to life, like civil rights leader Malcolm X.
We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us.
And wrongfully convicted boxer Reuben Carter in The Hurricane. He won a Golden Globe for that one.
50 years old. I've been locked up for 30 years.
Denzel earned his first Golden Globe and Oscar for his portrayal of Private Tripp, a former slave-turned-Union Army soldier in the 1989 film Glory.
Ain't much a matter what happens tomorrow. But we men ain't. Yes, sir.
His many roles as a good guy have endeared him to audiences and critics. But Denzel, who once said, "The bad guys have all the fun," has played his share of those too.
I'm the man up in this piece.
As a corrupt cop in Training Day, which earned him his second Oscar.
King Kong ain't got on me.
And American gangster Frank Lucas.
Where's my money? Red Top gave you the package. He's supposed to be handing me my money.
Oh, woman, come here.
His latest project, the film adaptation of August Wilson's Pulitzer Prize-winning play Fences, is being lauded by critics and moviegoers.
As long as you're in my house, you put a sir on the end of it when you talk to me.
Yes, sir.
You eat every day.
Yes, sir.
Got a roof over your head.
Yes, sir.
Got clothes on your back.
Yes, sir.
Why you think that is?
Because of you?
Hell, I know it's because of me. But why do you think that is?
Because you like me?
Yes, Denzel Washington. Yes, Denzel, yes, won a Tony Award for Best Actor for the 2010 Broadway revival of Fences, and we are so glad that you were here. Thank you so much for joining us at the table.
Great to have you here.
But I wish the audience could see, because part of the fun, don't you think, guys, was watching you watch the clip and reciting the lines?
Every single
What's it like for you when you look at your life like that?
I don't.
You don't?
No, I don't.
Oh,
I don't sit at home and watch.
I'm sure you don't, but listen, you've had such a career. When you went, let's talk about Fences, because I saw you in Broadway on the stage.
Right.
I saw you on the movie, of course. So I'm thinking either you like Troy, you like the story, you like August Wilson, or you like all of the above.
I love August Wilson.
Yeah, me too.
And I love the opportunity to do the play and to act with great actors, Stephen Henderson and Miss Davis.
Yes, Viola Davis, yes.
And Michael T. and Russell Hornsby.
But what about this particular character and this particular body of work with August Wilson? Because you're a director, too, in this particular
Well, I mean,
Fences.
you know, he wrote a masterpiece.
Yeah.
And he's one of the, I think, top 5, you know, was Tennessee Williams, Arthur Miller, Eugene O'Neill, Edward Albee, August Wilson.
Were you worried about that since it's so iconic, about doing it, pulling it off?
No, well, because we had done the play and we'd had success with the play.
Got it.
So I knew we could do it.
It's a challenge.
Yes, it was a motivating factor.
There you go.
It was a motivating
Because
factor.
it's not easy.
No,
Yes.
You know?
no. Every morning, after about 2.5 hours sleep, I'd pop up, panicking about the shots I didn't get. And then you immediately start working on the next day.
What did you see in Troy that reminded you of people in your own family, your own father?
My father was nothing like Troy, other than he was working class. He was a real gentleman, so my father wasn't a yeller or screamer or anything like that. Not highly educated. Made some of the same suggestions to me, like you know, get a good trade, and you know, he told me he worked for the Department of Water and Power, whatever they called it in New York. And he talked to me about getting me a job there. In 25 years, I could be a supervisor if I stick with it.
Did he live to see you become the star you became?
I remember going to, he passed away in Virginia. I remember being down there and going in a store, and he was saying to people, "You know who that is? You know who he is?" And they didn't. You know, that's my son. I mean, I'm Denzel Washington Jr.
Yeah.
So for him, that was It was a big deal.
And you and Viola Davis together
Yeah.
on screen, on stage. There does seem to be a special kind of chemistry between the two of you. Are we reading it right?
She's just one of the great actors of all time.
Yeah.
Now happens to be her time.
Yeah.
I'm not to say I've known it, but many of us have known it for years. And now the bigger audiences are getting to witness her brilliance.
It was so great to see her win the Golden Globe, and she thanked you specifically. And she also mentioned for telling anybody on the set every day to remember the love. What do you mean by that?
Because, especially for the actors who had done the play, we had done it together, I didn't want everybody to start where we finished. If you don't care about their relationship to begin with, or if you don't believe they really love each other, then the betrayal doesn't mean anything.
Do you have something to say to Viola? Because it happened to you with Sydney, didn't it?
What do you mean?
Sydney gave you good advice.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it
You
still
have an
does.
opportunity to give her good advice.
Yeah, it still does. I mean, what are you going to tell Viola Davis? Act better?
Well, what did Sydney tell you?
What he told me was the first 4 or 5 films you make will determine how you're perceived in this business.
Wow.
So he didn't tell me what not to do. There was a role I was up for, which I wasn't crazy about. So he didn't say, don't do that role. But he did say what he said.
Just remember.
Yes,
that the
remember.
first
I didn't have to say that to Viola. She's all right.
You know, but Denzel, you're pretty good at advice. I'll never forget an interview that I read with you. You actually did it with Oprah magazine, which is why I remember. When you were talking about your kids, you've got 4 kids, and you said you tell them, do what you've got to do
so that you can do what you want to do.
Yes, I love that. I walked out of there and said that to my kids. What does that mean to you, and how has that played out in your life? Do what you've got to do so you can do
what you want.
Wanted to.
Because it's not the other way around. I was just talking about homework that day.
Yes, no, I remember.
You know, they wanted to go out and play. So
I
you got to do
remember.
what you got to do, then you can do what you want to do, and then you're free to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
To a degree. Yeah.
I know, and now there's a show on HBO called Ballers. There's a guy in it called John David Washington.
That's correct.
Is he your favorite character? This Ricky character's really good.
He's making a mark for himself, as all of my children are.
Yeah.
And we're proud of him.
Did you want him to get in this business? Your wife's in the business too. She's an actress.
I didn't see it coming.
Did not.
But I'm not surprised. And my wife's a movie buff. She watches everything. So the kids have grown up watching movies. So they got it honest. They're real movie fans.
How satisfying is directing for you?
Yeah.
I love seeing other people do well. I grew up in the Boys and Girls Club. I grew up as a coach. So directing is a natural for me because I've never been an out front person. It's so interesting how my career and life has turned out because I've never been that person.
That's surprising.
I'm more of a want to see everybody else do well. Just now I have the opportunity.
Congratulations. We're very, very excited. I can't wait for the Oscar night. Can't wait. Thank you, thank you,
My
thank
pleasure.
you. Fences is playing in
Yeah.
there's right now, wherever you like to go see your favorite movie. Denzel's there.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you.